Hey guys, it's Steve. Time for Axis Carnage issue 2. Yeah, this is a quite bit of late. This is Tuesday. It released on last Wednesday, but it's still amazing issues. I hope you guys will enjoy, those of you who still didn't read it yet. So let's go with this amazing artwork, a different style of artwork, but it's totally brutal. I have to say the story is totally brutal for few kids also and for adults also. So here we go for a review. What can Carnage tone down the killing and learn to be a good hero? Probably not. But let's watch him try it anyway, because it's this issue is having a lots of humor and action also, but action in a separate kind of way. The good things about this one, Axis Carnage issue 1, was really funny watching Carnage, one of the most heartless and violent villains in the Marvel universe, fight his desire to slaughter innocents and instinct force himself to do right thing, or at least try to, was consistently entertaining and hilarious. But can that same joke still deliver laughs in the second chapter? Thankfully the answer is a very clear yes. Axis Carnage 2 is just as fun as the debut issue and had me cracking up a handful of times. There's so much goofiness to enjoy, and a few gags made me burst into laughter from reworking his origin story, so it's more fitting for a hero to the way he interacts with others. Observing this new Carnage is such a twisted and good time. Two bits that give me especially big laughs where Carnage's handling of a bank robbery, taking a victory lap babe, and the clever handling of the cliffhanger. Carnage as a villain tends to be hit or miss, but Carnage attempting to be a hero, it's such a good time when Rick Spears is writing. Artist German Peretta and colorist Rain Beredo's work is consistently polished and does a fine job balancing the violence and the comedy. When Carnage unleashes against an innocent old man, they make sure it doesn't feel cruel and over the top. It's executed in a way that reminds us this is a comedy and makes it okay to laugh at it. That said, they can more than handle the darker material too. The reveal of Emil Gregg is harsh, and the messed up opening hits you with plenty of the emotion. You can see the craziness in Cletus' eyes before making you laugh. The first close-up of Carnage is haunting too, even though this is a comedy. That one panel reminds you of who he truly is. That said, they also do a terrific job making Carnage appear more likable and even silly in the funniest situations. Having him make a promise while being upside down and having his tongue out was really amusing, especially since it's immediately after such a violent panel. The bad things, when a scene revolves around Carnage, it's great stuff, but if the focus isn't on Carnage, it's just not as engaging or interesting. The plot with this new Scene Eater is slowly unraveling, and it just isn't as gripping or entertaining as the rest of the issue. Obviously, it doesn't need to be all comedy all the time, but the terrific writing with Cletus just makes the rest of the material feel way less interesting and will leave you anxious to return to the psychotic symbiote. As for the plot, you shouldn't really go in expecting anything other than pure fun. The inside into Cletus is cool, but there isn't really anything compelling. The focus is clearly just on keeping readers smiling. Minor grip, he couldn't use a tendril to grab onto the car in the final scene. About Jicked Out Nations, they are also having a good review for this issue. Axis Carnage issue 2 shows more of crying Carnage trying to be a superhero. Unfortunately, it didn't go as planned like that issue. Like in the last issue of Axis Carnage, Carnage tries to follow a classic superhero trope only to have get out of hand since this is Carnage. Yeah, I have read the last issue also, and I remember that time Carnage is purely superhero kind of thing. He was doing all of good work, but this time he's really showing himself also violent and also doing something terrific, good things. It's a mixture of good and bad things, but the bad things are really violent. That's why sometimes maybe kids don't like it. That's why it's a parental advisory warning. it is having a parental advisory warning. So here we go. The verdict about this one, Axis Carnage, is legitimately hilarious and so much fun. Yes, the plot isn't anything special, and the time away from Carnage makes you wish you never left the maniacal symbiote side. But when we are observing Carnage, it's such a good time and full of amazing silliness. So hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for watching and share the video. Don't forget to subscribe if you watch, and what should I say? Adios. No, before that, go to the store, buy the comics. Those who didn't comics yet.